Good morning from the Art Deco room at the Campbell Hotel in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's been a great 2-day stay, but it's time to get back on the road. Mother awaits. I had a great time in Tulsa and through the towns leading in from the northeast. While I'm still several hundred miles and a couple days away, I'm beginning to feel close to the halfway point. Tulsa is one of those stops at the heart of Route 66, from its part in the founding of the highway to the present-day vibe that lives on. While I'd like to stay, and I'll definitely return, it's the continuing road west that calls me to keep moving. Today's travel covers 200 miles west through Oklahoma City to Weatherford. Tulsa doesn't let go that easily. It has many more tourist sites commemorating the Mother Road. Although for me, I'm interested more in the surviving landmarks than the manufactured ones. Still moving mostly south at the moment, the Cyrus Avery Bridge crosses the Arkansas River. On the other side are actual old Tulsa neon signs preserved, and a service station. Very nice. Of course, the never-ending string of businesses linking themselves to the historic highway. Why not? Although the Goodwill outlet, donation center, and retail store have really great signs. The Route 66 Historical Village also has more than one sign. Ollie's Station is as advertised, right next to the rail tracks. No shortage of abandoned gas stations from different eras. We're entering Sapulpa, named after Creek Indian chief James Sapulpa, who established a local trading post in the area around 1850. Just a few locations? How about the whole downtown is listed on the National Register of Historic Places? Come back during the holiday season and you'll see an immense decorated festival stretching multiple blocks with visitors from all over the country. Clearly the warmer months are being put to good use repairing and improving downtown. I'm happy the through lane is in the direction I'm going. Like many towns in the area, Sapulpa calls itself the Crossroads of America. Beautiful town, plenty of colorful murals. Outside the Auto Museum is the world's tallest gas pump at 66 feet. You'll need a ladder to reach the nozzle. Heading west, Sapulpa has one last impressive surprise. This is like a scavenger hunt out here on Route 66, but I'll tell you, one good thing about making all these stops, it forces you to get out of the car and walk a little bit. You know, they always say on a long road trip you need to stop and stretch your legs. You definitely do that when you're seeing the sights on Route 66. Sapulpa did a really nice job with this little park. You can see the old historic structure of the bridge. The kids have a place to play because they don't care. They just like to get out. places to eat, places to just stop. This is a nice little park. They did a great job. The nice feature about this as well is you can walk along the old concrete. This is the actual roadway, and I always grew up being told don't play in the street. Well, I guess I'm not. I'm playing on the highway. This fabulous old bridge is bricked across. I wonder what the advantage is of bricking the surface of the bridge. I would think that would be heavier. I'm not an engineer. The original Mother Road continues. That is the backside of the screen for the TP Drive-In Theater. As for much of 66, we're following the railroad tracks, or the railroad tracks are following us. The decaying concrete bridge abutment. You'll see similar ones still in use along stretches of the old road. Oh, I remember these old gas caps. I had one like this on my Toyota. 1972 Celica. Just a simple twist cap. It says one-lane bridge, but it looks wide enough for two, doesn't it? Continuing on the Mother Road, the TP Drive-In is on the other side of the creek, along with a lovely and special section of the original alignment. Well, look at that. You can circle around the backside of the drive-in theater and go on the Ozark Trail. And you end up at the bridge. How cool is this? We're going to take this road a little bit until it connects back up with the newer Route 66. This is very narrow. This is probably going to be like a 6-point turn instead of a 3-point turn. There's a big ditch in front of me. I certainly don't want to end up in a ditch in Oklahoma. 2 more turns. Good thing this is a small car. All right, here we go. Down the original concrete of the Mother Road. This segment was used as the highway from 1926 until 1952 and winds through the woods for 3.7 wonderful miles. Always a good day when you can drive original Route 66. You can see the different layers of Route 66 as over the years they had topped over the concrete, but now it is worn down in a lot of places to that original concrete. It's like a time capsule. All these different layers. You almost look like you're looking at something that is geological. Oh, check this out. This is the historic underpass. Oh, this is cool. I was talking about all the layers on Route 66, and then you pass by these rocks that are all stacked up, the true geological layers of time, all together. Route 66 and the Earth itself, Mother Road and Mother Earth. Well, at this pace, it would take a long time to get to California. This section of road is definitely worn, but I see ahead of me we are rejoining the newer version of Route 66. The car will be happy. Bristow is a historic railroad and oil boom town founded in 1898. It became a major service stop when Route 66 was aligned through it in 1926. Cattle was here too. There's a Route 66 map. This 102-foot-tall oil derrick-shaped auto dealer sign is from 1949. The local Chamber of Commerce says Bristow's 6th Avenue was once known as Silk Stocking Row, because thanks to oil, there were more millionaires living here than anywhere else in Oklahoma. Outside of town are the parallel one-time eastbound lanes of Route 66. This is known as the Depew Loop. It's the original alignment of Route 66 from 1926 to 1928. And it was the first community that was bypassed by the highway's realignment. Numerous historic buildings of interest, vintage service stations, hotel ruins, small cafes. This section is currently a work zone. It's listed as 55 miles per hour, but it's so bumpy, I don't think I would do more than 55 on this stretch. Perhaps that's why it's a work zone. You can see there's very little traffic out here. You know, they call Route 50 the loneliest highway in America. This one is giving it a run for its money through this stretch of Oklahoma. There's nobody out here. I am currently driving through the middle of the state. And on the way to Oklahoma City, it's just a lot like this. Long stretches of road, little towns along the way, one or two attractions. That's about it till we get to Oklahoma City. Well, this is a good time to remind that there are many more videos on GPS 2. I put a lot of extra stuff up on that channel, things that I didn't use in my main episodes. But one of the interesting series of videos that goes along with the Route 66 episodes are what I call the drive laps videos. And you can see every segment of Route 66 I've driven from beginning to end on drive laps. In fact, if you decide to watch the whole thing, boy, you'll see all of Route 66 from Chicago to Santa Monica very quickly. So check it out, GPS 2 drive lap segments of Route 66 all the way west. I'm really interested to see places like Stroud, Oklahoma. Not because it's a huge metropolis or, you know, you would think that Stroud is a household name anywhere outside of the state. But this was one of the locations that I would have stayed at had I ridden the bicycle all the way across Route 66. So I'm interested always to see where I would have ended up on the bicycle. Rock Cafe opened in 1939, was a Greyhound bus stop until 1947, and was once open 24 hours a day. It was restored from a fire in 2008. The Stroud Trading Building was said to have had the longest commercial floor space in Oklahoma when it was built in 1901. Stroud was established in 1892 and was the location for two well-known pre-Route 66 bank robberies in 1915, carried out by Henry Bearcat Starr and his gang. The historic Skyliner Motel had 10 guest rooms when open. It has one of the top classic neon signs along all of Route 66. Rolling into Chandler is Route 66 Bowl. While most, if not all, of these signs have been seen in various places along the highway, this is a nice collection all in one place, and a unique presentation as you drive through the lot. Next door is the historic Lincoln Motel. It's been a cottage-style overnight stop since 1939. The iconic sign was added in the late 1950s, and you can see by reading it, updates have been made. Cable TV from the mid to late 1980s. Wi-Fi from the late 1990s into early 2000s, both maintaining that late 50s appearance of the overall sign. Oh, let's not forget a microfridge. Built between 1935 and 1937, the Chandler Armory housed a World War II artillery division that served in North Africa, Sicily, and Italy. Chandler is ready for the centennial with brand new shields. You're the first to see them right here. We're also passing by the historic Phillips 66 station built in 1930. It was open and pumping gas until 1992. The station was restored in 1999. Chandler is both historic and out of this world. Oklahoma has the longest drivable portion of the Mother Road in any state. This giant pushpin in Wellston marks the approximate midpoint of Route 66 in the state, not to be confused with the overall midpoint yet to come in Texas. This is brand new and called You Are Here. Hey, it's okay to borrow my slogan. Luther is tiny, you almost have to hunt for its downtown, where you'll find a nice mural. Plenty of rural countryside to pass through before we close in on big Oklahoma City. An old, decaying service station sits on the roadside in the outskirts of Arcadia. Ooh, facing a window? Next is a 1-mile section of original 1926 Mother Road, where a famous visitor once stopped.
Hi. Hi there. Are you Paul McCartney fans? You must be.
Well, here's an interesting piece of Route 66 lore. Paul McCartney was here, August 5th, 2008. You know why? Because he was celebrating his 66th birthday, and what better way than to take Route 66 and celebrate it with your girlfriend. Yes, Nancy Shevell went along with Sir Paul in a green Ford Bronco. Interesting piece of trivia, I have been in the same room with Paul McCartney a couple times. Well, that's because I went to his concerts. The other thing that Sir Paul and I have in common is we're both 66, traveling Route 66. Well, you know, being Sir Paul, you can't stay in anonymity for very long. They tried to take Route 66 in Illinois and stay incognito, but that only lasted a couple of days. But they made it here to this road on August 5th, Old Highway 66, just east of Arcadia, Oklahoma. One of the residents here, Toby Thompson, was working outside when this Ford Bronco stopped by, and the driver asked him if this was old Route 66. Didn't take him long to realize who the driver was. He didn't have a camera, didn't have a pen or a phone with him, but Paul McCartney verified he did in fact meet him, so they thanked him kindly and went on their way. The couple went on to stay at the Skirvin Hotel in downtown. And he got to be in front of the Pontiac sign. It was under construction when I went through. Sir Paul didn't do it in one of these, though. There's Sir Paul playing Oklahoma City in 2017. And another fun fact, I've walked across Abbey Road. Oh, about 23 years ago. Oh, my wife was a huge Paul McCartney fan from when she was a teenager. She would have loved this. This is the old stretch of Route 66 with the concrete edging. Well, my friends are going to take a nap while I continue on. Arcadia is proving to be another fun Mother Road town. Up next is the Round Barn. The Round Barn was built by local farmer William Harrison Oder in 1898, using native bur oak boards soaked while they were still green and forced into the curves needed for the walls and roof rafters. I guess we are privy to see what's in the privy. Check out the cactus. The Arcadia Round Barn is 16 feet in diameter, or 18 meters, and 43 feet tall, 13 meters. In April 1946, ownership of the barn passed to Frank and Katie Vrana. For the next 30 years, Vrana made it a working barn to store hay and do other jobs. All of the passport stamps in one place. And postmarks from every town along Route 66 from Chicago to Santa Monica. Wow. Look at the wood in here. Can't say I've seen anything like this. You can imagine the music and the dancing that has gone on in here. I guess thankfully for them, I can't do either anymore. In 1977, the barn was placed on the National Register of Historic Places, but it was near the point of collapse. Luke Robeson, a retired builder and carpenter, became aware of the barn's plight and formed the Arcadia Historical and Preservation Society with his wife and friend. In May 1988, Frank Vrana's descendants donated the barn to the society, but a month later the roof collapsed before work could begin. Restoration was eventually finished in 1992 by Luke Robeson and community workers with local businesses. It might get a little wet in here at times. The Round Barn is another very cool stop on Route 66. Even though I'm sitting here cool in the shade, it is warming up, so let's head down the road to Pops. A quirky blend of an old-fashioned malt shop and a futuristic convenience store. The big neon-style bottle can light up in any single color or combination. Driving up to Pops is almost like approaching some sort of modern airport terminal. Steel, glass, and thousands of colorful bottles. I have no idea how many bottles of beer there are on the wall. But soda? 7,159. That's what they tell me. Why in the world would you get a fountain drink when you can have one of these great bottles? You can make your own six-pack. I think I might have to do that. You gotta have some of this. I love mustard, but I don't know about this. Check this out. It's international. Wow. Do I detect a theme? Alright, I picked up 3 Route 66s, because, yeah, have to. And then 3 odd ones. We'll be a little adventurous on the road because this road trip is an adventure. I have it on good authority from the lady behind the counter that this stuff is awesome. I'm gonna have this with lunch. Because I've had way too many burgers. Pops was really great. One of the new favorite traditions of Route 66. Ugh, Ferrari. Some people. I don't remember that one from the movie Cars. That's more of a Route 66 ride. Bet I get to California faster than you. Well, Route 66 isn't about speed, and we're certainly taking our time on this trip, even though there's plenty of what I call drive-by shootings. With a camera, that is. Now the road is once again becoming busier as we begin to enter Oklahoma City through the northern suburb of Edmond. Arcadia Lake and Edmond Park was one of the sites that I was going to camp at while I was cycling across Route 66. I was going to camp at the lake, but perhaps a future bike trip would take me this way again. For now, we're driving through Edmond before veering south to the capital. Everybody's sprucing up for the centennial. It's going to be a busy summer. The Oklahoma State Capitol building was constructed in 1917, a Greco-Roman structure topped with a dome in 2002, and it houses murals and paintings of Oklahoma's history. Because it's Oklahoma, yes, there's an oil derrick. There's another one way down there. Oklahoma Veterans Memorial is located outside. 4 walls depict different wars: World War I, II, Korea, and Vietnam. Topping the dome is a 22-foot tall bronze statue of an American Indian warrior. It weighs 4,000 pounds and was set in place in 2002. This is one of 2 state capitals on Route 66, the other being Springfield, Illinois. Santa Fe, New Mexico was on the original 1926 highway before it was realigned in 1938. This is one of the best theater signs you'll see. The Tower Theater was built in 1937. The marquee and sign have been restored. The theater is now home to live music, but still has an active movie screen. There's no way you can miss this golden opportunity for a quick stop. This gold dome was built in 1958, and it's just the 5th building in the world to use geodesic dome design created by Buckminster Fuller. It was the first building utilizing anodized gold aluminum. It's listed, of course, on the National Register of Historic Places. It's also for lease. Just saying. The Milk Bottle Grocery on North Classen Boulevard in Oklahoma City is a grocery building with a large metal Brahms milk bottle on top of the roof. The store was constructed in 1930. The milk bottle was added in 1948. It also happened to be part of U.S. Route 66 at the time, so the dairy industry got a pretty good ad from this large milk bottle. This store is also one of the few triangular buildings in Oklahoma City. It's on a corner lot where Classen Boulevard cuts diagonally through the city grid, and because of its shape, the store was known as the Triangle Grocery from 1940 until 1948. And then, of course, it became the Milk Bottle Grocery because of the bottle on top of the roof. Lake Overholser Bridge will appear on your left heading west along the modern version of Route 66. It's an even more impressive view going east, but the best experience is driving through and across it. Construction of the bridge began in 1924 and it opened the next year. It's a unique blend of Parker through truss and pony truss designs, a classic Route 66 bridge. On the other side, Yukon. We're greeted with a long-standing grain elevator and the Yukon Best Flower sign. The illuminated version on top was refurbished in 2013 with LED lighting. On the other side is the Yukon Mill sign. The Chisholm Trail that ran cattle from Texas to Kansas crosses through here. Singer Garth Brooks and actor Dale Robertson are Yukon natives. El Reno next door welcomes travelers several times. The town also sits on the Chisholm Trail and is named for a Civil War general, Jesse El Reno, who was killed in action in 1862. It's the seat of Canadian County, home to about 17,000 residents, and has Oklahoma's only rail-based streetcar. El Reno hosts the annual Fried Onion Burger Day, celebrating the iconic Depression-era burger made with thinly sliced onions pressed into the beef patty. Just be aware of the weather in the area, as El Reno is in the middle of so-called Tornado Alley. Although that shouldn't deter you, there's plenty to see and enjoy if you'd like to spend a day or so here. The filling station is a restored 1930s Texaco station. It serves as a visitor center with souvenirs and classic cars outside. To the west of town is historic Fort Reno, which began as a military camp in 1874 during clashes with the Cheyenne and Arapaho tribes. General Phil Sheridan named it in honor of his friend, Major General Reno. By the way, General Reno died at the Battle of South Mountain in Maryland. That's close to a great state park I often visit. I'll include a link in the description to my video if you'd like to see that area. The park is along the Appalachian Trail. But back to Oklahoma. This area was important during World War II. Nearby, there was even a camp for about 70 German prisoners of war captured in North Africa. Specialized horses and mules were raised. It's quite a rich history along the old road in these parts. Way out along the open fields is where California-based artist John Cerny erected Muffler Man cutouts. You'll see these flat giants only traveling eastbound among the live grazing giants. This part of Oklahoma was ground zero for the Dust Bowl. And if you ever saw the movie Grapes of Wrath, this would be like one of the areas that people started out from, heading west to California. As they were called along the way, Okies. They came from here. A Grapes of Wrath filming location was here at Bridgeport Bridge, known more commonly as the Pony Trust Bridge. It crosses the Canadian River and its extremely wide floodplain. Geary, Oklahoma really feels like it is just out of the way, but it's the location of one of the more interesting bridges along Route 66. The Pony Trust Bridge was built in 1932 and 1933, but it didn't open until 34. There are 38 Pony Trust spans on this bridge that's nearly a mile long. What a fun span to see from above, along, and on. I had to do it. This is perfect for a tiny world view. This is a truly classic portion of old Route 66. Segmented concrete, gently rising and falling with the western Oklahoma hills. This was cross-country travel before the interstate, which happens to be to the immediate left, but might as well be miles away. Lucille Station in Hydro is a rare example of a rural service station built before the 1930s. Carl Dittmore built it in 1927 with upper living quarters and a small four-room motel behind. Carl and Lucille Hammond bought it in 1941. The motel closed in 1962, Carl passed away in 1971, while Lucille was alive until 1999. A nice Will Rogers sign is there. The modern-day Lucille's Hotel and Roadhouse is in nearby Weatherford, my overnight stop. I think I'll be due for a little cleaning after this ride on Route 66. Actually, not too bad considering. I think the interior is dirtier. All this dust is blown inside because I've had the top down the entire ride. Worth it. There is all my equipment for this trip charging up. These are the bike panniers that I had packed for the bicycle trip, and I'm just continuing to use them as my suitcase. They already had everything in them, so might as well. There's also camping gear there, but we'll get into that in a completely different video series. No camping on Route 66. Nice, spacious, clean, modern room. This is the Lucille's of 2026. What we saw back on the road was Lucille's of 50, 80 years ago. A whopping 4 rooms. This hotel has over 200. Well, does that look familiar? Most of the interior signage is shaped like Route 66 shields. Modern, nice, clean, with a firm historic tie. Thanks for joining me on this segment of our journey down the Mother Road, America's Main Street, Route 66. The trip continues west. We're not even halfway. There's so much more to see. Come back again next time. Safe travels, everyone.